The last objective, objective 14, describe the relationship between the velocity of a fluid and the pressure it exerts according to Bernoulli's principle. Bernoulli's principle states that as the velocity of the fluid increases, the pressure of it decreases. العلاقة بين سرعة المائع وضغطه علاقة عكسية. إذا ازدادت سرعة المائع يقل ضغطه. Now, this is called Bernoulli's tube. You can see that it has two different areas. The water goes from the bigger area and exits from the smaller area. So here you can see that A1 is bigger than A2. Now, if the water flows from the larger area to the small area, its speed increases. This is similar to when you press on the tip of the hose, and you can see that the water starts to travel faster. So when you decrease the area, the speed of the water increases. لما قللنا مساحة فتحة الخرطوم ازدادت سرعة الماء. So if the water flows from a larger area to a smaller area, its speed increases. And when its speed increases, just like Bernoulli stated, its pressure will decrease. So here, area 1 is bigger than area 2, but V1 is less than V2. Now, the opposite happens to the pressure. P1 would be bigger than P2. And you can see it using this indicator that the pressure of the fluid when it was passing through the larger area is bigger than the pressure of the fluid when it was passing through the smaller area. Mention question 38. A tornado passes over a house and sometimes makes the house explode from the inside out. How might Bernoulli's principle explain this phenomenon? What could be done to reduce the danger of a door or window exploding outwards? Now, when a tornado passes by, remember, tornado is nothing but air that is passing through a very high speed. So the air outside the house has a very high speed. The velocity of air is high outside the house. Inside the house, the velocity of air is slow, or we can say that the air inside the house is not moving. Now, because the air outside of the house is very fast, its pressure is very low. But let's call this one V out and P out. But because inside the house the velocity of the air is very slow, then the pressure of it would be very high. Let's call that Vn, and this is Pn. So the velocity outside the house, the velocity of the air, or the speed of the air outside the house is very high. So that means its pressure is very low. But inside the house, the air is barely moving. Its speed is very low, and hence its pressure is very high. Now, because this variation of pressure, the air inside the house would be pressuring the walls outside. If there is a window or a wall that is fragile, the pressure from inside the house will cause these doors or these windows to explode, because the pressure inside the house is bigger than the outside. So it will apply a force on the inner walls of the house, making it explode. Now, these are some other questions that you might find beneficial about Bernoulli's principle.